Kevin from Brownwood, you're on with Ed Rendell.
Hi, Governor.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, my question was about taxes. And, why aren't they voluntary? Why can't guys in government provide their services on a voluntary basis like most normal people?
Well, Kevin, I'm not sure I agree with the premise of your question. Most normal people do not provide their services on a voluntary basis. Brian loves his work here at PCN.
Bet.
He loves his work, but I know he has a family, and I've met his family, and if PCN told you tomorrow, Brian, we've got great news for you. You can stay here as long as you want and be an anchor, but we can't pay you. You're going to have to do it voluntarily. It would basically mean that Brian would have to look for another job. Now, I think, to be fair to our caller, what he was talking about was members of the legislature. Now, and maybe even the governor. The governor is a full-time job, and when I became governor, if it's of any consolation, I took a 60% pay cut in what I was making in the private sector. But I think the question was mostly focused on the legislature. Our legislature, I'm not alibiing for them. They do some things that are wrong, but it is a full-time job. They're not here in Harrisburg a lot. In fact, I'd like to have them here more, and I'd like to have them address problems more quickly. But they do back home a whole boatload of constituent services. I don't know if the caller was watching our whole show. You see the questions that people have sent in to me in this hour. Well, our legislators get those requests for help back home, sometimes 15, 20 a day when they're back home. And it is a full-time job. And I know most of the members, not all the members personally. There are 253 members of the legislature, and very few of them are independently wealthy. They have to work. They have families and children to provide for, kids to send, hopefully someday to college, mortgages to pay, just like you. And the requirements of the job, very few legislators work in other jobs. A few do, but most of them, this is what they do, and it would be hard any more than asking Brian to serve in his post as a PCN anchor for him to do it voluntarily.
Deborah from Heston, you're on the air.
Hi. Good evening, Governor.
Hi, Deborah. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. First of all, I'd just like to mention the